said the topic of discussion under the chat. Today we are going to talk about how work-life balance impacts our work performance. So that is what we are talking about today, and I would like to introduce the topic by just explaining what I mean when I talk about work-life balance. For example, for me, I'm looking at a situation or environment that allows you to just have a balance, both at work and in your personal life. Just having all of them, maybe not at the same level of priority, but at least being able to attend to each separately and successfully, especially, feeling, that level of satisfaction when it comes to your work, feeling confident and fulfilled with what you're doing at work and feeling confident that actually you are doing what is supposed to be done, if not, at least most of what is supposed to be done, without feeling like maybe your personal life is coming in between, or it's stopping you from performing, or it's not allowing you to do the best or be the best that you can be at your work. And the same thing vice versa for your life, personal life. The balance in your personal life as well should be present, even regardless of how involved you could be at your workplace. In your personal life, you should be able to feel that you're also living your life, which is not completely as you would like to. At least you should have a level of satisfaction with how your personal life is going. Maybe when it comes to your personal goals, or is it individual goals or family goals, do you feel that regardless of how much time or how much you invest at your work, you are still able to actually perform as well in your life, in your personal life? You're able to achieve your goals. You're able to work on some activities in your life, life balance. Personal life. Sorry, you are able to actually accomplish something on the other side as well. So that is the work-life balance that I thought of talking about today, that I'm referring to. That feeling that both sides of the coin, if I could say, are actually equally working, and at least you're satisfied with how everything is going on both sides. So how does this impact our work performance? Because I think as we come together to talk about all of these, we are trying to relate it to our work here at Moracle, for example. Do you think having that balance actually helps you? Not, I know we are talking about both sides, but today maybe we should look at how does that actually help you, and focus on how that actually impacts your performance at work. When you feel fulfilled in your personal life, when you feel that your personal life is on track and you are in control, if I could say, at least of the minimum that you could be in control, because of course life is it can be unpredictable, and most things we are not in control of, but at least a few things that you can plan yourself, you can organize yourself, you can strategize on yourself, that feeling that actually this is happening, I'm able to do this. Maybe I have I don't know, a family event, or have a trip, a personal trip, or just anything that is going on. I don't know if it's any business or any activity, whatever it is really, but that is not work related, but that matters to you, that is important to you, that you feel, is quite, an important part of your life as well, to happen and to actualize, and you feel that it is really working, it's supposed to be. Does that satisfaction of fulfillment or that success in your personal life, how does that impact also your performance at work? Does it let you actually come to work and feel that, you're not losing on anything, because at least you're not just putting all your energy and efforts in one area and forgetting the other? And that's what I wanted us to talk about today. And maybe I would like to just start with a simple example. It could be general or not, but I'm looking at an example of probably, we are at work from Monday to Friday. We spend most of our time at work, and that's why maybe it's really important to look at this, to talk about this, because I think most of our time, especially when we become adults, we are now independent. We are doing our lives, independently from our parents. Most of us, I hope so. I believe so. So it is quite important for us to just sit down and actually think about this and really, really identify the areas that probably need improvement in order to use, the minimum time we have for ourselves, for our personal lives, to the maximum in order for us to really achieve, whatever it is we have. Because if I could talk about just 2 days, mostly actually, because I know sometimes we'll be also busy even on weekends, just catch up on work because of deadlines and all that. But at least for the majority of us, or for the majority of time, we'll be having those few days of the week just to ourselves, just to unwind, work related. And so how do we actually maximize and really optimize on those few hours that we have in a week to also accomplish our own personal goals and just address any other personal matters going on in our lives, so that the 5 days of the week do not feel overwhelming, on our general life, I can say, the general life that we are living. Yeah. So I think for me, maybe I would like to use an example of probably, you're busy at work from Monday to Friday, and on Saturday and Sunday, you really use that time. I know we have talked about this maybe before, but I thought it was important to talk about it again. And for me, I think it's really using these 2 days, to these few hours that you have to really focus on what you need to do, what needs to be done. I know most times we'll be looking at these days to just rest and unwind, which is very, very important as well. But if possible, if you have actually any pending work, for example, maybe like we said last time, I remember someone said this last time, you could probably just schedule any tasks, or actually plan these tasks in advance, maybe on a Friday evening, just so that you are free on that day, that you do not get finding yourself on a Monday and you're all not well rested, you are stressed, you have not really felt that you had some time to rest, and so that will definitely affect, I think, your performance. I believe so. So how do we actually use this time that we have to just unwind or rest, or get involved in any other thing that's not work related? How can we ensure that we do that? We do this as consistently as possible in order for us to really have that, what could I say, maybe come back to work with a feeling of, yes, it is time to work. I've had time to rest and actually focus on that, and not counting days to the next weekend, because you're so impatient, you have not rested, you still look forward to it. I know we all always look forward to it in a way, even when we are rested, but at least when you know that every time you have a time to rest, you actually utilize the time for that, or for whatever it is you're resting. Could be anything else, could be just, doing any other work or any other activities that of interest to you personally. But the point is just to unwind from the usual work that we are doing every day, most of our times of the week. So how do you think this can really help us to perform even better at work? Because of course we are not going to compare in terms of number of days and say, because I work 5 days, I should also rest 5 days. But I think the point is to learn and talk about how do we actually utilize the few days, the few hours we have, in order for us to be ready mentally, physically, emotionally for the week coming up, and feel energized and rested enough to start the week afresh, and attack the week as it's supposed to be for a better performance, I know, an overall performance. So yeah, I think that's what I wanted us to talk about today. I don't know if anyone would like to tell us, how do we ensure that this work-life balance actually helps us to become better at our workplaces? How can we try to use this as a way for us to perform best or better, if I could say, at workplace? Yeah, thank you, and feel free to come in, whoever has something to share. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Yes,
Hope you're doing great, and thank you for this topic, Carlet. So I think all of us work for different reasons. we have personal and professional goals. And I think apart from the fact that we do the job, we do our work because we love it and we like to do it. And there is another part that we do it because we like to earn money to have a good life, to have a prosper life, and do the things that we like with the money. And I think if you just focus your all your attention to the work that you are doing always, even in the weekend, you are just thinking about it, and then you don't find a time to uh, enjoy your life despite the work that you like, but sometimes just need to relax. I don't know, go on a vacation. And when you don't do that, I think after a time you feel disappointed, or you think that, okay, I'm working this much and I do nothing for myself. So you will feel that you are not motivated anymore, because I think it's important that when you're working, you pay attention that, okay, but you are earning an amount of money, or you want to enjoy yourself, but you just focus on work, and you never take care of yourself, or go on a journey, or go on a vacation and everything, or even an a spa or something like that. So I think you feel overwhelmed, or you feel that you feel disappointed that uh, you are not any motivated anymore. You think that there's no reason to do this. I think it's something uh, that I think personally happens for me when I just for several weeks I just work and work and work, and nothing I don't plan anything fun for myself. Then I feel less motivated, and I think it's important that to have this balance. And even you are trying to, for example, plan some things on weekend, but I think it's important that to pay attention to your days off. Sometimes for after, I don't know, several weeks, I think it's good that you have a long rest, and uh, even have a day off beside the weekend. And I think when you rest enough, when you, I don't know, after the work hours, you take care of yourself. In the weekend, you rest enough. It helps you to be healthy, and be mentally calm. And then I think it boosts the teamwork energy between the co-workers, because you are now rested, you are more patient to work with other people. You don't feel, because when you are not, when you are tired, and you sometimes you are not patient, you don't want to deal with people a lot, you get angry soon. So I think it affects your mental behavior. So I think when you pay attention to this work-life balance. Okay, can you hear me? I think my internet is.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so I think paying attention to this work-life balance really helps you to do your work better, to be a great team member, and also you will be more productive. And there are some things that you have to do for yourself, and there are something that the company, the organization provides you to help you with this work-life balance, like offering the time offs, or having some short breaks for you during the day, and these kind of things that the organization will do for you. And there are something that you have to do for yourself to feel more motivated and more fresh every day that you come to work. So that's what I think about this topic. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Happy Day. I think for me, what I've learned is, it comes to a point where you start feeling, of course, demotivated or overwhelmed, And in as much as you're busy, as you said, we are all here for different purposes, for different reasons. Most people are just working hard, maybe because, or anywhere else, not just at Moracle, anyone working, everyone has their own goals and objectives. Other people are just after maybe the money, they want to accumulate as much as possible. And others are working because, maybe the type of job actually allows them to also live their lives. So it really depends on the goals that we have, personal goals that we have. For someone who is looking for a work-life balance, for example, work that allows them to also do their personal lives and actually invest in their own personal lives, then they will make sure that, yes, they're working, they're performing, but also they're getting the time off to just do their own thing, and most probably someone who is really, which is also good. We are not saying it's bad. Someone who is working just make as much money as possible will probably work longer hours, many days, and utilize even their resting hours or days to just make more if they can. And that's really a personal matter, I think, depending on our own goals. So yeah, so that's a very important one. But I think what matters at the end of it, as Peter said, is being able, remaining, retaining, if I could say, maintaining that level of fulfillment or satisfaction. Do not feel overwhelmed or demotivated, because then if you are just if there's no balance, definitely one side is going to suffer, and when that suffers, then it's going to affect as well the other side. And so I think that's when we need to appreciate the importance of just having a sort of balance, a level of balance in those two areas, so that we can keep afloat and just keep moving and doing what we can. Yeah, thank you so much. Anyone else, please feel free to come in, tell us what you think about this. How do you think we can improve and maintain this balance for overall work performance? Please feel free. Yes, please. Anyone at all? Anything?
Morning. Good morning,
Yes,
everyone.
yes. Good morning.
Hope you are doing well. So, maintaining work-life balance is so essential nowadays because, we may have many personal things to deal with, but at the end of day, like we need to anyway work on those things, and at the end of the day, we need money. So if we don't work, we are not going to earn. We have to pay bills and we have to earn money, right? So maintaining this work life balance is very very essential, I would say. uh, since 3 years I didn't go any trips, like because I don't know why I didn't go. But this makes me feel demotivated to work, and makes me to not study also. But when I feel like I go to my friends and talk with them, I feel good. Yeah, and giving time to personal things, and when we talk to them, we feel refreshed. And when we come back to work, we feel like we should work in concentrated way, so that we can improve the productivity. And if you don't go outside, and if you don't deal with our personal things, like if you have any stress or anything, like we will not be able to concentrate on our work. So it will decrease definitely productivity, and we can't give our best to our company. So yeah, and the main thing is, like, there are some advantages which can like if you maintain work life balance, there are some things which will help us to be in the company. Like, it will reduce our stress. You can say, like, you know when we complete our personal things, like, we may have family, we may have many things to deal with. When we deal in a smooth way, and when we complete it, and when we go, enter our office in fresh minded, we don't have any stress and all. So we definitely going to concentrate, and we will not have any stress, and like uh, anything to do work, I can say. And next thing is, like when you don't have any, and your employees and your colleagues are, if your employees and colleagues are good, then definitely it will be giving you a good job satisfaction, I can say. So you will not have anything, any problem, or any non-concentrated things to deal with. So I can say that, like, when you have job satisfaction in your company, you will increase your productivity, I can say. Next thing is, like, you'll improve your focus. Yeah, you'll improve your focus and concentration, like, improving the improving your concentration makes things easier. Like, when you don't, like, if you want to solve any problem, like, all days you won't get any problem. Like, some days you'll have routine work which you can solve easily, but some days, we will have some kind of things, some problems which we need to deal with. But in that time, definitely we need to concentrate. So if you have any personal issues or any things to deal with, like, we definitely not going to concentrate, so it will definitely affect, I can say. And next thing is, like, uh, it will improve some kind of creativity in the company. Like, when you don't have any stress or like any personal things to do with, you will think more better, I can say. You will think more better and find new solutions for the problems you are facing in the work you are doing. So, like, you'll improve creativity, and I can say. So, yeah, when you in the conclusion, uh, I can say that when you are dealing with personal things, if you sort out before going to work, then definitely it will be going to help to concentrate and increase the productivity in the company. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Sukesh, for that. Thank you again for just, explaining exactly how, all this is important. Because, of course, if you're going through a lot of stress in your personal life, that is definitely going to affect how you perform at work. Yeah. And that's why we will keep talking about this. And I know at least our work environment, we can all, agree to our different levels. At least we acknowledge the fact that, yes, we are given that opportunity to also, attend to our own personal life matters, whatever is going on, and this, I think, is quite an important aspect that we should keep also utilizing, and if possible, always ensure that we really allow that to be part of us, so that we get time to deal with our own personal matters, and also be able to dedicate the energy, effort, and time that is required from us at work for an overall, really, for an overall performance, both personal and professionally, So, yeah, thank you for that. Thank you, Sukesh. I think maybe we could have one more person before we end our discussion this morning. If anyone would like to contribute, please feel free before we can close. Okay, I guess that means we are fine. And yeah, yes, please. Yes, please.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll just make just a small submission. I think when it comes to work-life balance and how it affects our how we work, I think it really does affect our performance, in the sense that I think as human beings, we're all created to live a holistic life. Yeah. So I think when we tend towards one particular thing, let's say you're overdoing one thing, then your life kind of goes out of balance. I think we are supposed to be holistic, holistic beings. Yeah. And even scientifically, we know and learn that your body, the cells in your body, they restore themselves when you sleep, when you rest. Yeah. So let's say something like sleep, if you're working all the time and you're not resting, that means that your body is not getting is not, restoring itself. And that's why, if someone is not well or you're sick or something, they will tell you, to maybe have like a balanced diet and also rest on top of
maybe your medication. Yeah. So I think it's just important to be able to have that balance, because your body is able to restore itself, your mind is able to restore itself, you know. I don't know if you've ever been working on something and then it's like the more, you know, you stay on it and it's like you're not figuring it out. But, you know, when you kind of like get away from it and clear your mind, you know, it's like you do it very easily, yeah, because it's like your brain has been you know, refreshed in a way. So I think it's just important for us to be able to have that balance. It's just important. I remember one time someone was sharing with me a story about someone like here in Uganda who sort of like a bank manager, and you know how work in banks is very, it's very hectic, you know, when you're working for a bank. And you know how a certain workplace or workplaces are like it's more like a cutthroat competition, you know, you have to be the one. So I think this gentleman was always around, always doing everything, and you know, even missing lunch breaks, like first to come in, last to go, things like that. And yes, you know, he did do well in his career. But I think, you know, the person who was sharing me this story was saying that eventually he got really sick. Yeah, because, you know, not eating over and over time and the body getting tired, you know, over and over and over and over again. And he got really sick. And it was kind of like a sad story, but I just wanted to kind of like join it with what we are discussing this morning, was that it was like in the end, you know, after everything that he got really sick and had to be, you know, sell a lot of like the property that he had amassed over the years so that he could be able to get the right, you know, treatment. Yeah, because, you know, like here we might not have like those kinds of facilities. So most times if somebody, you know, really gets so sick, they probably have to leave the country or something like that. And those are like, that's very expensive. Yeah. So I think, you know, it's just important that, you know, maybe he was working so much and he forgot to take care of, you know, his health. Yeah. So I think it's really important. It does have an impact on how, you know, we something that I do make sure I be morning or after work just to go for a walk. Because, you know, we sit on our laptops like the entire day, like 9 to 10 hours almost a day. You know, you have to be on your computer. So, I mean, think about if you're doing that over and over and over and over again, you know, for years, it's really not a healthy thing. So I think it's just important to also know that it's part of our lives, because Alette was saying that something about, you know, how you have to make time for those things. And I think even if it's just 2 hours to do something, yeah, I think it's very important. And also another thing that, you know, Mola used to always tell us is that, you know, we have 24 hours in a day, and, you know, you get to rest for 8 hours, and then you get to work for another 8 hours. And it's just very important that those other 8 hours, maybe it could be 6 or 7, yeah, maybe not necessarily the entire 8, but those hours that we have, you know, to take time and rest a bit, whether it's resting passively or, you know, or resting active, because, you know, you can always be resting actively, maybe doing something that you like. That's also resting, you know, maybe if it's gardening, maybe you like watching movies, going on walks, and that's also, your mind is also resting, but does not mean that you're like sleeping or something like that. But just even taking that time to actively rest, you know, there is a way it restores the mind. Yes. So for me, I think just when the mind is restored, when the body is restored, then you're able to work here. And like was saying, you know, you don't come to work when you're feeling so tired, because your body has been, you know, refreshed and restored in a way. So I think it's just important to know that we're supposed to.
So much, Linda. Thank you for concluding with that. I think after that, I don't think there's any more, you know, to say. I think we have also understood just the importance of ensuring, you know, like Linda said, you know, you're having a holistic life where everything is catered for, from your mental to the physical, spiritual, you know, everything is quite equally important, I believe. And I hope all of us can agree to that. So yeah, thank you for that. I think we are going to end our discussion here. Thank you everyone for listening, for your contribution, and I wish you all a good day.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alex.